gets so awkward when people compliment them. Like, go tell a friend you're wearing a great shirt. They're going to tell you, ये तो कितना पुराना है. They will never say thank you. ये वाला मैं कितना पहना. Back, you guys, doing something special today around fitness. So you know how much I love fitness. I love to keep myself fit all the time. I get so bored doing the same activities like the same gym. So trying something new today. We're trying spin cycle, like spin classes. I've never done this before, but I have like the right person to help me. Welcome Shreyo, you guys. My closest friend, know each other for 2 years. What we're gonna do right now is quickly go work out, and then we're gonna go show you where we first met. All fun aside, I think what she and I talk about on a regular basis, I feel is so educational and so inspirational for people, especially for women. We want to share that with you today, what we talk about. For now, we're gonna go work out, unless you guys keep us holding here. Bye, you guys. Freak, I can't even walk, you guys. Okay, listen, this is my first spin class. Absolutely loved it. 45-minute session. I think it's about 40 minutes and 5 minutes of cool down. It's like an HIIT, you guys. So if you're not into HIIT, then it's gonna be a little difficult for you. But yeah, I loved it. I'm gonna come back for it for sure. What I also want to tell you guys is what we are doing today on the vlog. So we're going to go to our favorite cafe called Yogisthaan, which is in Indiranagar again, Bangalore. We love the smoothies there. After workout, it's like the best stuff. So we're going to head there and talk about life. Welcome to Yogisthaan, you guys. Keep your volume down, take off your shoes, get into a very spiritual state of mind, and let's have some smoothies. You can just show them the table there, like the one at the extreme corner. So I used to sit there a lot and work out of this place. This is right after the first lockdown. And she would come sit right next to the other table. I remember she working on her laptop and she would just go on these calls with her mom in Bengali. Very less did she know that I'm Assamese and I happen to understand Bengali, Nagamese, Uriya fluently. I got every word. So basically I knew her in 3 days. I knew her mom, her dad, if she had siblings, where she's from, where she's working, what's troubling her family. So you know, I had this high time, so I smiled at her. And she of course smiled back, and that was it. We didn't stop. You know, we're starting a new series in the vlog. This one literally centers around strong, independent women that has inspired me so much. So we're covering 14 women, 15 including me, of course, and all of them happens to be Miss Momo's brand ambassadors for the year 2022-2023. What I wanted to share with you all is why I handpicked these women to be my brand ambassadors, one. And two, I think you should get to know them because each one of them is so special, so smart, so independent. You guys know Shreyoshi already. Let her talk more about herself.
The minute somebody tells you to introduce yourself,
you're like shit.
You're like shit. Do I even know myself enough?
And you almost feel like you're nobody,
yeah,
right?
Like, what is special about me? What do I even do? I work for LinkedIn in their marketing solutions team. It's not necessarily as heavy as it sounds. I do have a lot of fun while working. Personally, I think I do take interest in a lot of things. Now, I suffer from imposter syndrome, and I could be easily explained that somebody, you know, who is a master of, what do you call it?
Jack of all trades, master of none. Almost all of us are like that. Like, we never channelize.
Like, I'm going to be there someday. Like, you know, I must have some special talent, but I'm still discovering and, you know,
what could that be?
Oh, if you find, tell me.
Let me show you something about Shreyoshi. This is her accessory.
Yeah, this is a part of my body.
Part of her body. This is her ears, basically. This is how she is. Oh, now that I wear it, I know that it's like noise cancellation. Yeah. That is why she never figured that someone else is listening to her. Babe, you need to be so careful.
And I think most of us know how to avoid people. This is it.
And I don't even need this. I ignore without it. But yeah, long story short, I'm so glad I met you. And I think the reason I really felt Shreyoshi was she's a great friend, and that's not why I chose her to be a brand ambassador for my brand. I'm not biased like that. Well, I can be, but you inspire me so much, babe. All that we share, all that we have both been through, for you to be here today. I mean, I know you're freaking ass in your job. I've seen you take calls. I've seen you deal with people. I've seen how the treatment you get from your employees.
And kind of put in my resume next time. Like a small.
Have you guys noticed Indians get so awkward when people compliment them? Like, go tell a friend you're wearing a great shirt. They're gonna tell you, ye to kitna purana hai. They will never say thank you. Ye wala mein kitna pehna.
You know, I have to tell you this. One of my dates, okay, he told me this. You don't know how to accept compliments. Anybody tells you anything, just say it's so nice or what? It's so kind of you to say that.
Yeah, exactly. So the point I was saying that was because the moment I said you inspire me, you were trying to like defend that you don't inspire me, but you totally do. I did. So just take that compliment because you deserve it, and I absolutely love it.
Thank you, Renama.
She works. She takes care of her family. She like takes care of the guy she's dating. She takes care of her fitness, and then she wants to freaking party and travel and wear the best shorts in the world because she does own the best freaking shorts and best runners and sneakers in the world. Will you show them your collection someday? I think we should.
I think they can see it via you.
Yeah, via me. We'll do one another episode.
I should also talk about Renama. I think she has given me so many compliments, and I was like, shit, where do I start?
That's not the idea of bringing you guys on the vlog saying that, hey, I know you're my friend. I'll compliment you, then you compliment me. Yeah. All the fun things aside and jokes apart, I forever have been meaning to ask her this, but I am going to today. I know about the situation in Shreyo's life, but I have forever been curious. So to give you guys a little background, like all of us, Shreyo also did have an ex-boyfriend, and they had, how long was the relationship with him?
7 years.
She had a 7-year serious relationship, right, with this guy, and both of them are of the same caste and everything, same city. So her parents absolutely loved, which usually does not happen. That's the funny part, right? Our parents usually does not accept the men that we bring in. Mostly we bring in losers, so I don't blame them. But anyway, of course, your parents loved him, adored him while you guys are dating. And then you moved on. Things didn't work out. But I know that your parents kind of hold you responsible for moving on. They literally make you feel like you did the wrong thing to this guy. Whereas if you ask me, you did the right thing. If you're not in love with somebody, you don't stay with that person. But what's your take on it? What do you think?
Even today, as much as we want to say that we have, evolved, everything is changing, women are working, and life is changing, but at the base level, I guess, especially when we have to talk about societal stereotypes, a lot has still not changed. Like in my situation, I don't know who to blame, okay? If there is a perception, there is a stereotype that's already established, by now I know it is literally impossible to break it. Like I don't see myself, like I've put up a fight for like the longest time. I think if I would have given it 2-3 more years, would I be successful? The answer might still be a no. In my case, what happened is because everything was fitting so well, right? Like two of us were literally complimentary. We're literally family friends. We have known each other for the longest time. And the guy here in discussion, I mean, I have known him so well. We have literally grown with each other. Of course,
and you have so much love and respect for him. And that is what I kind of love about you.
When sort of things did not work out, people couldn't accept it. And for the longest time, I would be questioning, hey, am I doing it wrong? Like sometimes you can't express feelings, Jinma, right? Like you know something is not right. You know you want it some other way, but you don't know, like when the minute you take that call, you just see there's nobody. Like you're alone,
of course. I think
field, and everybody that you have loved and known is right on the opposite side of the field fighting against you, right? That was the dissonance I had to fight with for the longest time. Things that we do to make, kind of assure ourselves that we have moved forward and we are living the life and there's a great change, right? Like when we look back at home and
it's not really true.
Where we come from and things that operate at that level, I think a lot needs to be changed there. I hope the newer generation does a better job.
We can do a better job too. If we are just well educated, and when I say well educated, I do not mean academically, right? Like if you're well informed, if you just read more, share more, watch more, I think it's just
how exposed you are to everything that's happening in the world. We all come from that very consumerism mentality where we only want to become the consumers, but we don't give a shit about what's happening in the world, what's happening around us. I think more and more people being aware of that, they will know when to say a no. They will understand and be aware that hey, something is wrong, right? I need to take a step back, or I need to at least sit back and think that what should my reaction be to the situation. We all know a lot of educated people, but
they're still
wouldn't
not there.
Have the right EQ or say right judge to situations which really matters.
They're still conservative as conservative as it can get. When people say in big cities these things do not matter, I don't think it's the cities or it's the location that matters. Like I feel it's the people, Like my mom and dad literally are from the smallest village in freaking Assam, right? But they still are so liberal. Do you think your family will be happy when you bring in like the final guy home who you're really in love with and who you really want to marry?
I hope so. I don't think my parents would ever have an objection.
Yeah,
like,
they're really
they
sweet
are
that
really,
way. Yeah,
I'm 32 single. They are
yeah.
not sending
Yeah,
me
yeah,
rishtas
yeah,
as of now.
yeah,
I think I'm
true.
very privileged.
Yeah. The only expectation is like, I'm your daughter, love me more.
Yeah, and
So
I'm the only
innocent,
daughter,
yeah.
right? Like all
Yeah.
the love should be for me.
Yeah.
So I think that was very shattering for me. Honestly, I did not have a lot of what do you call it, relationship problems per se in my
Yeah.
life. Thankfully, I met a lot of right men. I mean, by that I don't mean that I've dated a lot of right.
Even if you
guys.
did, so
Yeah.
what? Even if you did, like,
But generally,
I might date
have-
100 men till I find the right guy.
Right.
I think that's what we need to stop. Like, I feel like we are so careful before we speak as women. Like, even me, when I'm doing my vlog sometimes, do I have to be this careful though? Isn't that the whole objective of the vlog is that I get to be opinionated? Everyone is entitled to their opinions. You agree or disagree to it is a second matter. But then again, you know, I was just relating your issue and I was thinking, this happens to so many girls. Arranged marriages or whatever on those lines. If parents have seen a guy and they think that's the right guy, and or even in a marriage, let's say a guy and a girl is married, and the girl has moved on before the guy, why is it such a problem?
Yeah.
It's not a problem when the guy moves on.
Yeah.
That's the bigger question, you know, like the guy can call off a relationship and it's absolutely all right. But if we call it off, it's like, and God forbid, if your parents love the guy, you're screwed.
What's more interesting about my relationships that I've had so far with men is I've always had great benchmarks. Like I
Yeah.
think today, whomever I've dated,
Yeah.
I think I've come out neat without any damage, and
Yeah.
that's why it just gets very easy for me to see when somebody, a friend or a sister, you know, is there in suffering. So what happens is when you accept suffering and chaos in your life, after a point it starts seeming normal.
It's
Like,
because they're
remember-
basic.
Yeah.
Remember, like
Yes.
I said that because I have been in 3 violent relationships for 16 years. So when I met my husband, Gautam, and for me it seems like, wow, he's a superstar. However, just because of some bad man's actions, a normal man becomes a superhero. You know what I mean? The reason we are able to do that is because we both earn our own money. We have a job that pays us well. So we can take that call anytime. Like, you know, you're living with a guy, things do not work out. I don't think you have to be worried who's going to pay my rent if I move out of here or who is going to pay for my food, or you can pay that. You're so self-sufficient that you
And
can.
anyway, like I don't have. I think a couple of my friends wanted to be housewives.
Yeah, I
as
know.
well, and I have
Yeah.
a lot of respect for them as
Yeah,
well.
of
Like, you
course.
know,
I mean,
they-
whatever rocks your boat.
Like if I have to cook one day for 4 people, I'm gonna
swear.
shit in my pants.
Me too. I mean, hats off.
task.
I swear.
I would rather spend 4 hours in my Excel sheet, but I don't think I'll do a good job cooking. for 4
Absolute
people.
bow to women who has given
Exactly.
birth and who cooks. Like literally, I can't do either. I feel.
Slightest of good behavior that we receive, we start glorifying it in our head, thinking that hey, this must be great because we've not seen something like this before. But I just insist my sisters and friends, I mean females, just meet more gentlemen. Know there is other, you know, world outside.
There's
where
7
men
billion
are
people in
great.
the world, you guys. 1.4 billion in our own country. But we are so cool, independent girls. I love the fact that we can talk, we can express how we
I don't know
feel.
if I should tell her independent anymore because she's a to-be billionaire, if you guys know.
Guys, one day I will be a billionaire and I'm going to give each one of you beautiful clothes and whatever you guys ask. Just tell me, okay? And I'll GPay you.
Look what I found in my pocket. Look, a year's salary right here. What I call them? Fun coupons. See that?
What time is it, guys? It's 9:45 p.m. on a Friday night. And I love the fact that Shreyo and I worked out and we are on a beautiful terrace
This
over.
is basically 80% of our
Of what we
meetings,
do,
right?
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
people would think that we party a lot.
Oh, honey.
You will find us in cafes more than parties.
Yeah, you need women like this in your life. Please have somebody like this in your life. Like that way you guys can, like, when the other one is down, the other one can give you a boost and then the other one is down, and like vice versa.
Somebody should be just so confident about what you are and
Yeah.
what potential is.
Yeah, because tomorrow if I get kicked out, for example, I'll go live with Shreyo.
Yeah.
And vice versa.
I would love that.
Points that we really wanted to highlight was, please always make sure you're earning whatever little job it is, whatever it is. Just make sure if you're a lady or a guy, I don't care, but please make sure that you're always earning for yourself. It's okay to call off a relationship if you're not happy in it. I'm sure we will see more and more of us talking like this together, but what a fantastic Friday. I'm going to see you guys soon. Thank you so very much. As always, you guys, do all the cute things you do and be nice to one another. I'll see you guys soon. Good night, you guys.